Heaven's California.
Hey guys, I'm going to be reacting to my next Mort video. Creepy teacher invited 13-years old me to his place. It didn't end well. Spell check a little bit, you know? And it's a bit long for a title, like creepy teacher invited 13-year-old me, if anything, or just say creepy teacher invited a 13-year-old to his place. I don't know, I just feel like he just added some unnecessary whatever. That's not my issue. So it's about 5 minutes long. Without further ado, let's get into this. I'm really curious what happened here.
My name is Chris.
Okay.
And this happened to me in the late 1970s.
Oh shit, okay.
I grew up in a poor neighborhood in Calgary, Alberta. And
Oh,
like
Canada,
most young
awesome.
kids, I had a number of friends from school in the neighborhood. I was 13 at the time. And this was right at the very beginning of the personal home computer revolution. You would hear about personal computers on the news all the time. However, no one actually owned a home computer.
And now it's
It was
nothing.
almost like a story of science fiction.
I know
to
the story.
actually see one.
I know the story.
One day, my friend started talking about this university professor who moved into one of our duplexes near our school.
I remember the story. I've heard it
He was
before.
supposed to be a really cool guy who had all kinds of gadgets in his apartments.
Yeah.
And he
that's
actually
kinda sus.
owned a personal computer. One afternoon, when walking home from school, I was crossing through a park near the professor's house. From the second floor balcony of the duplex, I saw some of my friends and they waved to me to come over, so I did. The teacher lived on the second floor of a 2-story duplex and looked the part of a teacher with shaggy hair, beard.
I swear I already
glasses.
reacted to this. Did I
At
not
the
react to
time,
this?
I was too young and naive to see the warning signs about this guy.
I swear I reacted
He
to this.
lived alone in a 3-bedroom duplex apartment. He said he had a girlfriend, but we never actually saw any woman ever at the apartment when me and my friends were
No, I'm
there.
pretty sure he's gay. I think.
He had a lot of weird-looking camera equipment and developed his own film.
What kind of film?
Most importantly, he was a computer science teacher when the field was pretty brand new, and he had built a home computer from scratch.
That's cool.
My friends and I thought he was the coolest guy we ever met.
Yeah, just
He had
wait.
all kinds of games on his computer,
Just wait.
and he allowed any of the young guys in the neighborhood to pop by
Young
and
guys.
play on his computer.
There it is.
He also had all kinds of weird gadgets and experiments. He had one of those Jacob Ladder lightning arc gadgets you'd see in those old horror movies.
Is that a
He
knife?
always seemed to have some new gadget he was making.
Exactly. It's creepy. It's
It
kinda
wasn't
sus.
long before we were going over this teacher's house to play on the computers or see his weird gadgets all the time.
Yeah, he's like huge and fat, and like he's like
He'd get very physical
exactly.
and grab one of us from behind and bear hug us when he was greeting us. Or he'd stand uncomfortably
I'm good.
close to us. After a few months,
Oh my God, he's
we
like a
were getting
tower.
suspicious about this guy. He didn't seem to have any family or friends.
Exactly. He's
Sometimes,
sus.
when there were a lot of kids at his apartment and he was distracted, we would snoop around and look in his cabinets and things like that. We'd find weird items like a pair of brass knuckles, handcuffs, and some beads that looked like they were supposed to be white, but they had dried up brown stuff on them.
Who?
And the door to his bedroom was always locked.
Like
One day, when there was a lot of kids there, he put on some music. He always puts on music, but this time it wasn't top 40 music like he usually
it was like
put.
homophobic music. No,
It was like
homo music.
folk music of some kind.
Yeah, I swear to God,
My
someone said
buddy and
this.
I were already suspicious at this point, and while everyone was having fun on the computer or hanging with the teacher, we listened to the lyrics of the music. It was hard to make out the lyrics.
It was like
over all the
gay.
raised
I think
voices in
like
them.
some gay. I don't know.
But it became very clear that the lyrics was about homosexuality.
Told you.
My buddy and I freaked out, as it hit us at the same time that this guy might like kids in a way that wasn't right. We quickly made an excuse to leave, and went home and told our parents of our suspicions. My father freaked out, and told us never to go over that guy's place again. We also put the word out on the
He's
street,
pissed.
and pretty quickly everyone became weary of this guy. However,
Except one of your
our
friends.
friends from our block, Danny, he thought we were all wrong, and he kept going
I
to
thought
see
it was
this
a girl.
teacher.
That's
One
not
day,
here.
Danny stopped coming to school.
Wonder
And
why.
the rumor was that something bad happened to him by that guy with the computers.
Probably.
Danny moved away, and not long after, so did the teacher. I can't tell you how lucky me and my buddies felt to have stopped going to that guy's house before something happened to us. Years later, when I was in my early 20s. I took a course at the university on computer programming. One night, my buddy and I were in a computer lab, and we were testing out a new program I wrote. And who walks into the lab?
The guy.
That old guy. This time, both my buddy and I stood
Oh,
up
that's even worse
and
now.
yelled at that guy to get away from us. He quickly left, and other people in the lab asked what was going on. We told him what happened years ago. I don't know if someone reported him, but we never saw him at the university again after that.
Good. Yeah, okay, so I definitely remember that video. I mean, it's your fault for going to the house anyway. Like, I remember I reacted to this. I don't think it was an animated version, though. I feel like this is the third time reacting to this. I don't know why. Is it my third time? But before I upload this, I'm gonna make sure that I didn't upload this twice. Maybe I saw a different animation, but not for Mort. I don't know. But I swear to God, I saw this video before. But, I don't know. It's your own fault for kind of going to a teacher's house. Like, even if it's a teacher's house and it's kind of sus, like, even my teachers from college, like, I wouldn't go to their house. Like, I love them. Like, I love my teachers and stuff. Like, a lot, like, most of them at least. And I see them and I'm like, yeah, like, you know, like, they're cool. Like, you know, like they're nice, they're cool. Like, they're pretty lenient, like, they're nice, you know. They're cool, right? But, like, when I go into their house, no, it's kind of creepy. Like, you know, I say that shit for school, you know what I mean? Like, plus especially if it's, like, not even, like, let's say my one teacher had, like, a 13-year-old in her house. I'd like, the fuck? Like, you know? Then I'd be, like, kind of like, you know? So, like, if I was, like, 13, I would not go into their house, you know? Like, I don't... That's creepy. That's just, like, you don't do that. Like, I don't... That's common sense. You just don't do that. Like, and plus, like, how would your parents let you go over there anyway? Like, that's kind of creepy. I can't judge. I actually have an experience. It wasn't bad or anything, but I had a little experience where I went to someone's house, like a stranger's house. And nothing bad came out of it. Like, we're actually... It was basically my neighbor, so it wasn't that bad or anything, but it didn't really start out that way, but that's a whole different sort of story, but that's not really a horror story. Everything was fine, so... But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and let me know if I don't know, let me know if this ever happened to you. I mean, you shouldn't be going to teachers or anybody's houses that I don't know for that sake, but you do you. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace out.